All right, what's up, guys? Conor McGregor and Max Holloway are both looking extremely fucking jacked for this fight coming up in a week or two. This is insane looking at this. Now, I just want to say that I don't think in any way that this Conor McGregor picture right here is fake. I think this is real. He does have this build. He's a broad-shouldered guy. His arms aren't crazy big. They look big in the picture, but they're not like crazy big. He's just like, he's full of carbs. He's eating what he wants. He's like filled out completely, probably, maybe not on the sauce. Who knows with the UFC? Might be on the sauce, might not. Who actually knows? But this is kind of Conor's build, He was a featherweight, jumped up to lightweight, had a couple fights at welterweight, so he's just a filled-out big guy that's been out of competition, eating what he wants, living good, training hard. So he's just a filled-out, heavy, muscled, 5'7" dude. Now, Max, on the other hand, this is insane. The arm right here, this arm and shoulder, guys, don't kill me. Don't tear me up. But I feel like there's a slight chance that could be AI. A slight chance. Because Conor holds muscle like that. Conor is been on the sauce. He's built up muscle like for the Roadhouse movie. He has that frame and that muscle mass. We've never really seen that type of muscle mass on Max. Now, the thing about the shoulders and the tricep, bicep, and arms, the thing about this picture is he has gloves on. He's sweaty. You can obviously tell he's training. So there is a lot of blood flow in this because when you're training with boxing gloves, you can tell it doesn't show his legs to see if he has leg gear on. But he's probably just working on his boxing, getting ready for Conor because Conor's boxing heavy. So he's probably just working on his boxing, and you get a lot of blood flow in these parts of your body because that's what you're using. Your shoulders, your biceps, triceps, that's what you're using to punch. So I'm not saying it is AI, but I'm saying that it could be. Either that or Max is fucking swolled up, dude. He's eating all that ramen he wants to eat, probably eating some chicken, maybe some protein shakes. Strength and conditioning is hitting hard. Now, the reason I say that is because this picture here, his shoulders do look very defined, and he does look like a really big dude. He looks like a natural welterweight right here. He looks like Leon Edwards type, But his arms don't look as big from this angle. This looks like what Max probably actually looks like, but because here he's not training, he doesn't have all that blood flow, all that fatigue in him, he's not pumped up. So, but man, Max looks big, Max looks healthy, and Max looks strong. And Conor, obviously carrying a lot of muscle mass right here. This is the biggest 5'7" dude I've ever seen. Wide shoulders. He has good chest muscle, arms, everything. Had barely any neck, obviously. Forehead huge, head huge, like a fucking pit bull on that shit. But other than that, this is Conor's build. Now, we've seen Conor just last night. I rewatched Conor versus Nate 1 and Conor versus Nate 2. Conor versus Nate 1, he gassed out in the second round, and Nate got on top of him and just choked him out after wearing him out on the feet. He gassed out. 5 months later, he got the rematch with Nate, Conor versus Nate 2, and he went in it. And, I think he was pretty much gassed out after the second round, but somehow he just survived. Maybe his conditioning was just that little bit better enough to survive. But after years out of the game, he might be sparring, he might be training, he might be doing whatever he wants, but I'm telling you, his conditioning is not going to make it. Like, it's just not. Like, I'm going to make my official prediction at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But I don't think that this heavy, muscled Conor is going to be able to go through, like, after round 2. I think he's got round 1 and half of round 2, I think, that he's got before he, like, completely gasses out. If it makes it that far, he will completely gas out because this much muscle is going to take a lot of oxygen to fuel all this muscle before he starts to fatigue and get slow, and then he's just done for. But even Max there is looking big. But, yeah. So you got to wonder if the added size and muscle on Max Holloway gives him more punching power, more ability to crack and like put you down, put you out. I wonder if it affects his max cardio, because if you look at him at 145 when he went up to 155, so far he's fought Justin Gaethje at 155 and he's fought Dustin Poirier at 155. And he fought Dustin before at 155, but it was years ago, and it was he didn't properly take the time to like strength and condition himself up to 155. He just had kind of like a muffin top, like a not as hard weight cut 155. And Dustin kind of had the power over him. He had the strength. That was the first time we really seen Max take the blows like that, and they take effect on him. Never got dropped, but you could tell them blows were hurting him a little bit because Dustin was just a bigger, stronger guy. Went back down to 45. The next time he came up to 55, he fought Justin Gaethje for the BMF title at UFC 300. But he took the time to properly bulk up to 155 and have the muscle. I think he looked a lot better, and I think he looked really good against Justin Gaethje. I think he still looked very fast. His cardio was still spot on, man. Max is just a cardio machine. He's like a high-volume puncher, even though he flatlined Gaethje after beating him up for 24 and a half minutes. That was like a cumulative damage knockout, not just raw power knockout. But the second time that he fought Dustin Poirier at 155, he won. He did a lot better. He could handle the shots better. He could dish the shots better. He was more powerful, less weight cut. So it was a really good performance at 155 both times he's fought recently. Now, I wonder about this bulking up to 170 for him, because 45 to 55 is 10 pounds, and he looked really good at 55. He looked muscled. He looked better. He looked bigger. But that's another 15 pounds, like another additional 15 pounds. So you got to wonder, is he really gotten this much fucking bigger? Which he might. You know, he's still a young guy. He's still in his prime. He's been dieting the last 10, 15 years of his UFC career and starving himself to get down to that weight and cutting a lot of muscle to get there. Kind of just like Conor. You know, even when Conor fought at 170 before, he went back down to 155 and fought Eddie Alvarez. And then he didn't really retire, I don't think, but he disappeared for a while, got all the money, had the Floyd fight, did all of that type of stuff. And after that, he just got bigger, like just got way bigger, because he's no longer having to dehydrate, cut weight. He's upped his calories. He's eating protein shakes. You know, he's working out, and he's building muscle. So I think that's what Max has done now. I think Max has had that 15 pounds of leeway to bulk up and get bigger. And, man, I think Max is going to be bigger, stronger, more powerful, and more durable than he's ever been at 170. I'm pretty sure, as long as this isn't a sloppy weight game, which if these pictures are real, it's not. Because right here, he's lean. Like, he doesn't have like a 8-pack, but Max is very lean. There's no muffin top right here. He's lean. This is all upper body like strength and muscle being put on, which I hope does not affect his cardio. But I don't believe it will, because Max is a cardio freak, and we've seen that at 155. His cardio was still fucking spot on. Conor's cardio has never been spot on. It's always been an issue. Now, let's get into my official prediction of this fight. I predict Max Holloway is going to get a TKO over Conor in round 3 or 4 of the fight. Specifically, round 3. I think Conor is going to come out and own first round. I think he's going to bring back the spinning back kicks and the kicks and leg kicks. I think he's going to bring it back. I think he's going to look good on the feet. I think his speed and his power is going to be there, but I think it's really only going to be there for round 1. I think round 2, he'll still be a little bit there. You know, round 1, Max is just on the offensive, on the back foot, jumping in and out, pouncing around. Conor can't really hit him, but Conor is really swinging, and he's really putting power in there to try to get Max out. But Max is just too fast, and Max is probably going to have a good counter jab. At least I hope he's going to have a good counter jab. So while Conor's being crazy, trying to do crazy shit, Max is just backing up, popping that jab. Kind of like the way Justin did against Ilia Topuria at the White House, but it's obviously going to be different, and I want Max to really exercise that jab. Bop, 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 bop. It's going to wear him out. It's going to piss him off. It's going to frustrate him, and it's going to make him throw caution to the wind, and that's where Max is going to be able to catch him with the volume punches, and maybe with the extra power that Max is going to have at 170, which I'm hoping for. So I'm going for Max, round 3, TKO. I think halfway through the second round, Conor's going to start to give. He's going to fatigue. His cardio is going to run out. He's going to start backing up, very similar to the Nate Diaz fight. And I think Max is going to slowly come to him, up the pace, up the pace, up the pace, up the pace. And then they're going to come out there for round 3, and then they're going to make it through round 3. I think it's going to be not a KO. I don't think it'll be a clean KO, but I think it'll be a TKO stoppage due to volume. Might be a TKO on the feet. He might go down, get some ground and pound, but Conor will not go out cold. I think it will be a TKO stoppage for Max Holloway. I'm very excited to see it. It is coming up. It's not this weekend. It's next weekend. Yeah, it's coming up in 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, man. What do some of these comments say? Let's look at these comments. Conor has like 1% chance, LOL. Has like half a round to KO Max before he gasses. Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of thinking the same thing. I think it'll go a little bit longer than that because Max is going to take it slow and let him gas himself out. This guy says, you guys think this fight is going to happen. Conor will put out the most BS reason for sure, like the toe. I don't think so, man. I don't think Conor's going to call out. I don't know if he's completely sober. Like, you never really know. You know, Conor has a lot of UFC favor. I don't know what he can get away with. But in all the interviews I've watched, the interviews I've done videos about, he's a lot different than he used to be, the way he talks, the way he acts, but he seems to be a lot more sober than he was. And I do think he's taking this very serious. I just think, I hate to say it this way, but I think genetically Conor just doesn't have great cardio. It's kind of like that fast twitch muscle fiber thing where if you have it, you don't have good cardio, and like where Max has tremendous cardio, but he doesn't have that fast twitch, like put you to sleep muscle fiber. So I think it's kind of related to that. I think he's just genetically never going to have great cardio. He's already approaching 40 years old. He's late 30s, been out the game for 5 years. I think he is taking it serious, but I think time is still going to catch up with him. And it's hard to get up every day when you're sleeping on those silk sheets. Conor has to wrestle if he wants to win with that physicality right now. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think Conor needs to wrestle. I don't think he is going to wrestle. Is this a fight or who can look better at the beach? I mean, it's a fight, but we're just showing, how they look at welterweight. Looks like Will Ferrell on trend on beach with Conor. What happened? Yo! Looks like Will Ferrell on trend on beach with Conor. Yo, that does look like a fucking juiced up Will Ferrell. Yo, come on, guys. That does look like a juiced up Will Ferrell. Holy shit, that's funny. Conor's going to gas out 100%. Yeah, I agree. I see Conor gassing out. Conor's going to gas out in the second round. Dude is huge right now. He is huge. That one at the beach has been altered. I don't think that's altered, man. I just don't. He doesn't look that big. Like, I think pictures make everyone look bigger than they might actually be. I don't think Conor's that big. Like, I think he looks big. But you got to remember, he's like 5'7", man. He's not a big dude. So, I don't think it's altered. I truly don't. Max via TKO, via KO. I don't think. Oh, what is this? Oh shit, not the Dustin stuff. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's my take on the Conor versus Max situation right now. 2 weeks out. This was posted 2 days ago. I'm ready to see it. Official predictions are locked in. I guess I'm going to go ahead and get off here. But both guys look insane for 170. Obviously going to be a big height difference, but, we'll see what happens. Both guys look insane. I love seeing Max this big. I think this is a fucking awesome look for Max. And honestly, if he does this good and his cardio and power are there, what do you do if you're Max? Fuck it. Stay at welterweight. Why not? He's still got time to play in his career. He's still, 31, 32, 33, whatever, young 30s. But, yep, that's how I think the fight's going to go. I appreciate you guys for watching. Like and subscribe to the channel to see more, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.